A major Pentagon investigation into classified information leaks has expanded significantly, now encompassing 3 senior aides to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The situation began dramatically when Dan Caldwell, a senior advisor to Hegseth, was escorted from the Pentagon and placed on administrative leave following what officials termed an unauthorized disclosure. This development, first reported by Reuters, marked the beginning of a wider investigation that would soon ensnare additional high-ranking officials. The probe has since widened to include 2 more significant figures: Darin Selnick, who had recently been promoted to Hegseth's Deputy Chief of Staff, and Colin Carroll, who served as Chief of Staff to Deputy Defense Secretary Steve Feinberg. Both officials have been placed on administrative leave, and sources within the Pentagon suggest the investigation could implicate even more officials as it progresses. This intensified focus on leaks aligns perfectly with the Trump administration's aggressive stance on unauthorized disclosures, a position that Hegseth has thoroughly embraced in his leadership role at the Pentagon. A crucial March 21 memo from Hegseth's Chief of Staff, Joe Casper, formally requested an investigation into what he described as recent unauthorized disclosures of national security information involving sensitive communications. The memo notably included the possibility of polygraph testing, though whether Caldwell, Selnick, or Carroll underwent such examinations remains undisclosed. The professional backgrounds of these officials add significant context to the situation. Selnick, a retired Air Force officer, had been serving as the lead advisor on personnel and readiness policies before his promotion. Carroll brought valuable private sector experience from his previous role at Anduril Industries, an AI-powered defense startup. However, it was Caldwell who held particularly significant influence as a key advisor to Hegseth. Caldwell's importance was notably highlighted in a leaked text chain on Signal, which was later disclosed by The Atlantic. These communications revealed that Hegseth had specifically designated Caldwell as the primary point of contact for the National Security Council during preparations for military strikes against Houthi forces in Yemen. Caldwell's background includes controversial positions on U.S. military engagement. He had previously made headlines by declaring the Iraq War a monstrous crime in a December 2024 interview with the Financial Times. He also maintained skeptical views about U.S. military assistance to Ukraine and advocated for reduced American military presence in Europe. These administrative actions stand separate from a broader wave of high-profile dismissals that has characterized Hegseth's tenure since assuming Pentagon leadership in January. As a former Fox News host and combat veteran, Hegseth has overseen numerous significant personnel changes, including the removal of several top military leaders. These dismissals have affected crucial positions such as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Navy's top admiral, the head of U.S. Cyber Command, and senior military legal officials. The most recent high-profile removal, as reported by Reuters, was the U.S. military representative to the NATO Military Committee. The investigation highlights ongoing tensions between government transparency and national security imperatives, particularly within an administration that has prioritized controlling unauthorized disclosures. The situation remains fluid, with Pentagon officials indicating that the scope of the investigation could expand further. This development represents a significant challenge for Pentagon leadership, potentially affecting both internal operations and external relationships with key military allies and partners. The implications of this investigation extend beyond individual careers, potentially affecting military readiness and strategic planning at a time when the United States faces numerous global challenges. The removal of such senior officials, particularly those involved in critical planning and coordination roles, could impact ongoing military operations and international defense cooperation efforts.